see. So because that's the thing, no? So if we got the monthly, trend up, because demand levels are being respected, supply levels are being violated. So we want to buy on daily fresh demand areas, but nothing happens there. So we have to wait for those levels to be formed. This is looks like good for selling, but we are too low because we are at 7% on the monthly curve. So this is just too low for selling. This could. I mean, you have to decide, but you have to decide which is the combo that you're going to use. Now I'm just showing you the three different combos with 2 time frames minimum, a third for fine tuning the level, but that's optional. I never use the third one. I always use 2. So you've got the monthly and the daily. So on the monthly, we are, depending on what you consider the trend. For me, this is an uptrend, even though it didn't close above this area. And we've got a level on top of level, supply is being taken out, because all these big boys, they've got buy-sell robots, and if they allow this to happen, then that means a lot of trade for the dollar. They wouldn't allow, they control prices very, very accurately. You can see down double tops and double bottoms, so they don't allow. So, but if your rule, it all depends on the rule, requires that you have a candle closed above the high in order to consider the trend to change. I mean, in order to consider the high to be broken, then this is not an uptrend. But if your rule just considers the high, you just trade above the high, don't close above the high, then you have an uptrend. It all depends on what your rules are. Mine. I mean, on the daily, I am looking to go long, not short. Yeah, but that wouldn't be based on the daily. That would be based on the daily 1 hour combo. Because the daily, what trend do I have on the daily? Now remove this from the screen. Weekly and monthly are out. Remove them, okay? They are not, imagine they do not exist. So now I see the daily. What is the trend on the daily? Down. What is my entry execution time frame? The 1 hour. So look for levels to short. If we are away from opposing demand level on the daily, and look at where the opposing level is. It's at 140. So we are allowed to do that. Okay. So if you take into account the monthly and the daily, then you are not allowed to sell here. But if you take into account the daily with the 1 hour, yes. Take into account the weekly. The weekly is down now because we've removed this area. So we will take into account the weekly, then we are allowed to sell. We are in downtrend weekly. So which are the good areas of supply on the weekly? This one, and this is closer to the weekly. Look at the balance; it's really great. So what you have to do is to decide which is the combo. You can use several, but you have to be very, very strict as per your rules, because otherwise you will mix your head. This one there, but that is not based on the weekly 4 hour combo. I mean, let me draw this one. It is a 4 hour level. It's good a level. It's good as a level. It's good, yes. But that level, let me do this. Up indicators, supply and demand zones, no rectangle reader. Let me show through the trail lines, 2 levels above and below current price on the indicator. So I don't know where that level is located. What the hell happened here? It doesn't? Let me see. Supply rectangle reader. Why isn't it working? No idea what's going on here. It's the first time that happens to me. You should show the trend lines there. Well, let me. It's not even drawing lines, I think. What the hell is here? Ah, black. Okay. Okay. So look at this. Look at. Oh. Incredible. This MetaTrader selection of objects is just awful. Now, yes, this is the level. Oh. Look at where it is. Oh, that level looks like nice as well, because look at this. This is the last month low. It's being broken solidly with a candle close and everything. Okay, so that level looks good as well. So this level, and this level. So these are the three levels. This is look. No, not at all, because this is this is what we call compressed supply. This is a reaction to all this. It's a chain reaction. Garbage supply. So I prefer to use compressed supply. Yep. But for me, that's too much. So the thing is that if you take a look at this level, this is fresh, and we are with a trend. So that level is working already. But this is a valid trade. I mean, the trade is working, but not for now. It is already under playing out. You see what I mean? So now the trend on the 4 hours is down, and everything is okay, etc., etc., etc. And on the weekly we. Yes, it is a level, because we broke lower. I mean, let me show you this. No, this is simpler than that. I mean, we are bouncing from there. We have broken last month low, okay, and then look at this. This is a level. Okay, sorry, this is the level. Then refresh, then we continue, and then it reacts. And now we've got, since we are in a downtrend, okay, we can trade fresh levels of supply. If it is original, even better, but only fresh is enough. So do we have another level? Yes, we have another level. We have a rally, a base, and a drop. This is a second level. But I don't care. I mean, we are in a downtrend. That is what normally happens. So there is a brand new level formed. So this level is tradable. But yeah, but I mean, it's not. I think you are confusing some terms. This is when we are in a downtrend. You want to take all fresh levels. This is a reaction to this, but this is a brand new level. You know what I mean? If this had stayed, sorry? Yeah, so you trade on a downtrend, you trade the pullback into the last valid impulse. But if now the trend was up on the 4 hour, you are not allowed to trade any of these levels, because they would be counter trend. And on a counter trend, you need original and fresh levels. Original is mandatory. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the bigger picture trend is telling me that I can short the 4 hour levels. And then I go to my entry execution time frame, and I use the trend lines and the idea of demand levels being taken out and supply levels being respected. If that happens as well, then I am allowed to sell all 4 hour levels if they still are away from the weekly demand in control. You understand what I mean? That's another way of doing it. I mean, that's 3 time frames. I don't use 3 time frames. I can use 3 time frames if I wanted to. But for me, what we are that's something I didn't like about that when I saw some free videos about some Satan and all these guys. Because when you are trading and you are seeing, I mean, look at this: supply, respected, 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 respected. Everything is respected. Why do I want to trade this? Why do I want to wait for that? I will wait for that if price breaks higher. When it breaks higher, and if this level is close to a higher time frame supply area, then I will trade it. But in the meantime, I am allowed to sell every single level on the 4-hour. Every single level. If the creation of that level is good, if the base is good, if it has taken out previous demand area like this, this has taken out previous demand area. Valid. This valid. Yes, valid. 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 Everything is valid. Exactly. Look at the weekly. 34%. I'm allowed to sell? Yes. But if now we start, now, for example, we are not allowed to sell as per the rules because we've got this trend line broken solidly. We've got at least one full candle with an open, high, low, and close above the trend line. So the rules do not allow you to sell anymore. That's one of the rules. Yes, you can. Let me show you. It's very simple. I mean, let me end my rationale, okay? Because it's all part of rules, very, very strict rules. So the thing is, if my trend line is broken, I am no longer allowed to sell. That's one of the rules. We've got this candle, not this candle closed, but it was not the full candle. This is the full candle, you see? So I am now, all longs, all shorts are negated. But, okay, also shorts are negated in this area because this is not, since an original area, since we have now a downtrend on my empty time frame, I no longer can use fresh areas only. I need fresh and original. You know what I mean? This is not original. This is not original. So I can't. This is original. This is not a reaction to anything else. I mean, it broke this area and it broke lower. So is there a level here on the left? No, the level is up here. So this level is original. I am allowed to sell here. But you might ask yourself, this trend line is telling you that you can't sell, but now it's broken. You cannot sell there. But there is another rule. Once you hit a higher time frame supply area, and that means daily, weeklies, and monthly, the trend line is no longer valid. So, is that a higher time frame area? Yes or no? Yes. A daily. So the trend line, once price hit the proximal line on the daily, which is a higher time frame supply area, the trend line is removed. No longer valid. And you can set and forget here. If this doesn't work, if it's all on the first post and on the thread, if the trend line is solidly broken with at least one full open, high, low, close candle, which is this one, this price has now on the 4-hour chart is negating a short here and here because since we are now in a downtrend as per definition of the trend line rules, because this has closed above, now we are no longer in a downtrend on the 4-hour. You can argue, yes, we are in a downtrend, of course, but temporarily we are no longer in a downtrend. In order to have a downtrend back, we need to remove this low, and then we will adjust the trend line like this, and then we would have a supply area right there, and then this area would be tradable if price drops and pull back, it retests that area, and then you can continue dropping. But right now, it is not allowed as per the rules. But if we reach a higher time frame supply area, and those areas are daily, weekly, and monthly areas, the trend line is no longer valid. So we've removed the trend. So if this trend line is no longer valid because we reach, imagine that we reach this area, okay? This area of supply on the daily here, right there. We reach that area. This is a higher time frame supply area. So we cannot use the trend line. And since we cannot use the trend line definition, the trend line downtrend or uptrend definition is no longer applicable in this area. So we can set and forget here because this is an area, an original and fresh area. If this area is removed, okay, if this area is removed, then we are allowed, we would have this. Imagine, okay? Imagine that price now goes higher, okay? Then we have an uptrend on the 4 hour temporarily, which can be an uptrend. Are you still there? Yes. So an uptrend. This could be just a correction, a reversion to the mean on the 4 hour to reach higher time frame supply areas and keep up selling. So this is not a swing trade. I mean, if this area is broken and all that, and you try to buy, do not expect 2,000 pips because this is not a swing trade. A swing trade has to go with your higher time frame supply area, which is a weekly, and then you shouldn't expect a long to do this. It could happen, of course, it could happen, but the weekly is down. So if you enter long there, you have to hold it around this area and then stay out of the trade. So since now we are not allowed to sell for two reasons, okay, these are the two reasons. 1 second. So you understand the ideas? I think it's not. I mean, it's slightly different, but the thing is that there are very, very strict rules, and you just. And that's all I need, and all you need, and everybody needs. I mean, because it's okay. It's okay when I see some videos out there from whatever, okay, OTA, whatever. You see, this is a good level, this is a good level, and all that. But well, in order to assess if that is a good level, it is, of course. But many good levels are absorbed, and they don't work. But are there reasons for that? Well, the market dynamics can change, etc. But if you have other extra rules that will allow you to be more mechanic, consistent, and think like a robot, that will help you to be less stressed and trust much more of this. Yeah. That. So you need, okay, this is a great level, but really great levels that don't work. So, and I can tell you that these rules will avoid many of those losses. It will not take you, will not prevent you from losing trades. Of course, you will lose trades. It's part of the game, and we have to accept that. But the thing about this combination of two time frames plus entry execution time frame daily trend line is very powerful. The trend line is telling you that you cannot sell. Not only that, the rule tells you that you can only trade fresh level of supply. So since the trend line is broken, now you need not only fresh but original. You have now to locate original levels. This is original. This is original. This is original. You don't want fresh levels anymore. You want original levels of supply and fresh. This one is original because it has broken this one by 1 pip or 2 pip. So this is original. So for me, what is the definition of original? It does not have to be a reaction to a previous level. So is there a level here? No. It was a level here, but then it broke lower. So 1 pip, it is original. Just 1 pip. Yeah, it's new. No, yeah. So this is fresh and original, and since well, but that's but think about this. This is very pretty simple. Okay, and I always discuss it here with friends here on the thread and all that. Imagine that you create an expert advisor, a robot. I have created it. Okay, all my trades are taken with an EA. So what would the robot think about this level? Is it fresh or is it original? Or is it both thing? Is it original? What would a robot say? I sell. Because I have programmed the robot to do that. The robot will not think twice. The robot will say that is original point. But you, your mind, your emotions will say, well, 1 pip, 2 pip. No, I don't care. It is original. Because once 0.1 pip above the level, that means the level is broken. Point. That's all. So, since I am thinking like a robot, and I still want to think like a robot, because a robot will have more success than a human being trading the markets, because it is rule based, and for a robot there is a true and there is a false, there is 0, there is 1, there is no maybe, there is no 0.5. It is either false or it's either true. So the robot would ask, if this high at 80.74 is broken by one single pip, or even a fraction of a pip, it's been broken by 2 pips, then this level is negated. It is no longer valid. And if this level makes a lower low, and then it keeps on dropping, this is an original level. It is original, untested, and fresh level. So that's all you need to know. That's even simpler. But if you add your emotion to the equation, then you are fact. Sorry for the words. You are fact. So that's why we want fixed rules, and that's what I'm trying to put forward on the thread and all that. Fixed rules. Can this level, when price reaches this level, it won't work? Of course, it can fail. Of course. But the rules say you can sell there, and the rules say that you can sell here, and the rules say that you can sell here. So that's it. Yeah. Yeah, you need rules. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what rules you have. I mean, they don't have to be my rules or your friend rules or any other OTA instructor rules. It doesn't matter. I mean, if they have rules, it means that it works for them. So now you have to either use those rules, or according to your experience, say it worked for me. Yes, so use them. So I have used these rules. They work for me. I use them because it makes my life easier, and it takes my emotions out of the equation. So is this level original or no? Is this fresh or no? Well, there are just two simple questions you have to ask yourself. If this is a high, then this is original. That's all. One single pip, or fraction of a pip. So there is no questioning about that. So somebody else can tell you, but well, it just broke it by 2 pips. Okay, your definition of original means that if the level has been broken by just 2 pips or 5 pips, it still is a reaction to a previous level. Okay, that's your rule. Your rule. I respect it. Or a candle close, whatever. But you have to have a rule. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you cannot think. Thinking is not allowed. All thinking is not allowed. Thinking is prohibited, forbidden. It's forbidden. You can't think. I look at the chart right now and I know what I have to do. But just a fraction of a second, 5 seconds. If I take more than 5-10 seconds to decide what I can do, I have no trade. That's it. I mean, it should be that simple. If you look at another chart, you will say, if I'm trading the weekly, I can't do it now because it's the demo, no? It's a demo. And but let's look, for example, let's say at a pound, maybe, okay? Let's look at the pound Forex. Looks at well, it should be up here. I don't have the levels painted and everything else. So where are we on the pound? Look at this. Weekly supply. And this is weekly demand. You agree with me? This is in the middle, and this is the extreme. But I'm still in control. So now I extend it. So I'm drawing this. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think this is the. Okay. So now we go to the 4-hour. Okay. And now I should have if I did my analysis, which I have done on my live trading accounts, I know that this is high in the curve. Look. And I know that we are also on the monthly. So since I am using a swing trade combination, weekly and 4-hour, these would be one type of trade, two types of trade for me. Momentum trade with the trend and location trade, where you don't care about trend. You just look at location, how high or how low you are on the weekly, on your bigger picture curve. So if my bigger picture is the weekly, am I high or am I low in the curve? High. So what can I do? Sell. I go to the 4-hour. Are there any good levels to sell? So I look at my 4-hour. This is my short. That's all I need to know. No, my exit would be much lower. This is already tested. That's not my exit. I could use that for maybe moving my stop loss to break even or something like that. Yeah, look at this. Where can price possibly drop? Here. I mean, my bigger picture is the weekly. This is a swing trade. This is not an intraday. So my target would be, my first target would be around here, maybe, because this is fresh and original. And then I look at this. This is not good at all. I mean, and my second target would be around here. Yeah, you can use the daily maybe. Yeah, you can maybe. This is a. So here, for example, we have a daily level over here. You see, this is a continuation pattern. Then we have this daily level as well. I don't like this at all. This formation is not good at all. So I prefer this unfilled gap. This is not filled. This is good. So maybe if we short here, a first profit like here, and then a second profit here, and then allow the rest to run here. Yeah. Managing just drop technically above the brand new supply areas. So the thing is, if you've done your analysis and your weekly, your time frame for the curve, the bigger picture, then you just look at the 4-hour. And what happens to the 4-hour? Look at this. Two things that happen. What happens to the 4-hour? Broken. And so that negates every single demand area on the 4-hour. And look at where is the 4-hour supply area, this speed bump, this continuation pattern located? Right at the break of the trend line. And what is this level? This price, this dashed line, proximal line on the weekly. What else do you want to sell? Do you want Obama telling you have to sell there? Or I mean, do you want Goldman Sachs to tell you, hey, sell there? I mean, this level has higher probability. So if you have your odds with you, sell. That's all. It can work. Yes, it can. It can. Maybe it won't work. It can fail. Of course, it can fail. But do we agree that we have higher probabilities of having success in the level? Yes. So go for it. So that's simple. You don't have to mix other time frames. I mean, the weekly there, but if you know as well, because it doesn't take you that long, that look at where we are. Look at this. What is our trend now on the monthly? We were like consolidating, and now we have broken lower. So now we've got a temporary downtrend, which is being respected to the pip. And this level of supply on the monthly has broken lower, will be valid, and this validates this level as valid monthly supply area. You agree with that? So if we are on a monthly supply area which made a lower low, first retest, or and all that, fresh level. So can we sell on daily supply areas, fresh and original? Yes, and I missed this trade. I missed it. I'm trading lots of pairs. I'm busy with the forum. I'm busy with my EA. So that worked. Yeah. Look what happened. I missed it. Okay, we can miss. So if we are on a monthly in a downtrend, so the combo daily. Look at this. What happened? A daily. This level over here, okay, could be a level. Okay. Could be a level, but it is no longer not a level unless this level is taken out. This is not a level. It's not a valid entry. Because which is our trend on the daily? Up. All levels of demand are being respected, all levels of supply are being violated. So I'm not going to sell here because no level of demand has been taken out. Rules.
Yeah, very good.
But if we took a look at a 4-hour weekly combination, then things are different. Okay, so for a position trade, we need this level to be confirmed. We need this level to be validated as a valid supply area. Now, it's not a supply area, it's just a correction. It will be an impulse if we take out this area. Right now, it's just a potential supply area, but it is not a supply area. Because otherwise, every time you see 2 candles dropping, you will see, that's a supply area. But that is not a rule. You understood what I mean?
That's great. Okay.
So this is a simple, I'm just trying to make things as simple. It works for me, so that's it. I mean, no, that's great. I'm trading like 27 or 28 pairs and like CFDs is S&P Mini, Nasdaq Mini, Russell, Brent, gold and silver. So like 50 something long. And why can I do that? Because I just look at the 4-hour pairs, like 20, 21, 22, something like that. Yeah, more or less the combination that work more or less. And some pairs I use the dailies on. I mean, like for example, the Euro card I normally trade the dailies, the daily levels, position trading, and the Euro pound as well, position trading. Unless I see a really great level, great imbalance. So it's just so you can go through all the pairs really fast. You just look at the 4-hour and you decide either weekly with you or not with you. So you have 2 types of trades: momentum trade or location trade. So if you take a momentum trade against the weekly trend, then make sure that you exit at the opposing 4-hour supply fresh area, because it will probably will continue dropping because the trend on the weekly big picture is down. So do not expect a super big trade. It can happen, but it's not the higher probability. That's the whole idea about it. So you just have to decide your time frame combo and go with it.
Weekly 4 hours.
Weekly go 4 hour, yes.
4 hour levels and I missed really. You know, I feel like I missed some already. Aussie dollar, maybe another one. So,
That's good. That's good.
last week I was 3% up. It should have been 6. I reckon okay. Week before that was 12. I think maybe I probably only got about 5% a week. Stop 20. No? 20% a month.
Of course, that's the goal.
I have to go. I'll leave.
Me too. I have to do things here over here as well. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks. Bye bye. Bye bye.